Hey guys, today we're going to review the Olight R50 Seeker. Now I know I said I wasn't going to review many more flashlights, but Olight gave me this opportunity and I wanted to take it because a couple of these lights are actually really fantastic lights and I just hated to pass up the opportunity to be able to show them to you guys. So I am coming out of vacation to do some reviews on these guys. This is the R50 Seeker and we'll do the numbers real quick. This thing is a 4-mode flashlight with a low of 50 lumens. It'll give you about 50 hours. Medium, 300 lumens for 6 hours. A high mode of 1200 lumens that steps down to 800 for 12 minutes on the 1200 and then an additional like 120 minutes on the 800. And then your turbo is 2500 and then bounces back down to 800. It'll stay 2 minutes on the 2500 and then 150 minutes on the 800. So we'll kind of show you that chart real quick. And it's one of the things I do appreciate that Olight is doing here, is they're being honest about the step downs. A lot of flashlights do not tell you that. They say, oh, it's 2500. It's 2500 lumens for 150 minutes, and people get it. And then they realize, oh, the light can only do the 2500 for a couple of minutes, and they're disappointed. I really think it's really cool that Olight is honest about that and putting it directly on their packaging. And that's one of the main reasons why I picked this up, is because not only is it a good flashlight, but it doesn't lie, which so many of the flashlight manufacturers out there do. So I do always try and bring to you guys good manufacturers who are being honest about their products. So this thing works. It has the XHP50 LED, which is very similar to that XHP70 I showed you on the Thorfire a couple of weeks ago. It's a 4-dye LED. So you can see in here that there's actually 4 little dyes separated by like a cross under a single dome. So what this is, it's a high voltage LED. It runs on 6 volts as opposed to 3. So oftentimes you need some kind of special boost circuit or something like that to make these things run. But that is how these things get that genuine 2500 lumens, is by using that XHP50 LED. So it's a very standard Olight user interface, which is basically a click to turn on, hold in to switch between modes, and you'll get your 3 modes: low, medium, high. Double click to turbo, and then click again to turn off. From off, double click brings you to turbo, triple click brings you to strobe, and once again while it's on, triple click brings you to strobe. So what you can see here is a really nice glass lens, orange peel reflector, that LED. There's a really generous centering ring there, so you don't have to worry about issues with that LED shorting out, which some flashlights have issues with. Nice knurling, little anti-roll stuff there. You can see there's that little flat here on the bottom, which will help keep that from rolling. It will roll, but not as bad as a lot of flashlights. Typical aircraft grade aluminum anodizing. In the rear, we have the charging port, which is standard USB charging port. I kind of like this design in the tail like this. This is actually really easy to get to, and it's out of the way. A lot of flashlights put them up on the top here. Don't like it. I actually like this better. I really like this design. I really like that it kind of folds back and out of the way, and it's kind of set in there a little bit. So I do like that. I really wish more people would kind of copy that. And the cool thing about the design is it does let the light tail stand with no problems or issues. Let's see. Pull this out of the way real quick. The packaging it comes with is a standard foam line packaging, and it also has a little reminder in here to tighten up the tail cap. Now what this has is the tail caps are threaded, so if you loosen this up, it will actually lock out the light. I'm sorry, the tail caps are not threaded, they're anodized. So when that happens, you basically turn this a little slight bit and it turns off and locks out the light. So your light will show up like that, so you will have to tighten it. Light takes a single 26650, and this light does come with an Olight branded 4500 milliamp hour one. See that? We'll put that back in. There's that tail cap assembly. You see it's got a little brass plunger there. So, yeah, there's that. And for accessories, this thing comes with a USB cable and a wall plug. The wall plug is European, but it has an adapter so that you can plug it into American. I'm not sure if that's just what they send me or if they all come like that. Also comes with lanyard, USB cable, all that jazz right in there. Alright, performance. Of course I set that flashlight down. I got some pretty good numbers here. Doing my ceiling bounce test, which is pretty much a homebrew way of measuring lumens, I got 45 compared to their 50. 423, which is actually higher than theirs. 1198, theirs is 1200, very close, and 2413, and theirs is 2500. So my numbers are actually very, very close to theirs, which says one of two things. Either I'm doing it correctly and Olight's being honest, or I'm measuring incorrectly and Olight is being dishonest. So odds are, considering I've had numerous lights come out to being very, very close to the actual, I would say the most realistic is that those results are genuine. So overall, this thing's built very well, very high quality. It's a nice little pocket monster. And price range on this, you're talking around $100 plus a little, pocket change there. So it is an expensive light. It's not a cheapo, but it really does have a lot of good to it. And then it has that really bright XHP50 LED, which will genuinely get you up over 200 or 2,000 lumens. You can't carry this on your pocket. Your front pocket of your skinny jeans, but this is something you could definitely throw in the back pocket of your pants, coat, jacket, vest, something like that. I definitely see this as being a very useful light for, say, law enforcement, security, maybe even like as a backup light for search and rescue. Even just your casual guy walking around, this is actually a light that will be useful to them because it has some very good low modes to them. So overall, I kind of came out of retirement with the flashlights to bring you this because it is such a nice light. This is really good quality, built very well. Everything in the internals looks good. The Olight interface is not my favorite on the market, but it's definitely very adequate. And everything about this, there's nothing wrong with it. It's done very well. The XHP50 is a really good LED. The battery seems to be very good quality. It seems to have really good run times. And most importantly, Olight was honest. That is such a big thing with me when I review things. If a flashlight manufacturer is honest about their run times, it goes a long way with me. Because there's so many people out there, like Phoenix and Claris, that will not tell you that a light steps down. And then people get it and think they're going to get 3 hours of 2,500 lumens, and then they're disappointed. Olight's not doing that, and I think they're really kind of going the right way with how they're advertising their lights, and I just wanted to show it. And I have a few more other Olights to show, and hope you guys. Let's take a look at the power of this R50 Seeker. So we're going to cycle through the modes real quick. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. Bring that up. Okay, now we're going to go to turbo. See much brighter, 2,500 lumens. You can see the trees, you can see my kid's pool. Way in the back, you might not be able to see as well as I do, but I can see easily those trees way in the back there that are probably about 200 yards away. But these trees in front of you here are about 50 yards, so very, very good. Lights up my whole backyard. There's no real hot spot on this. Well, there is, but it's very diffuse, so the throw is not the longest on earth, but the amount of lumens it puts out is very impressive. So let's cycle through one more time. There's your low. You see, you can really only see that up close in my camera. Medium, high, and turbo. Very nice.